Good evening and welcome to my podcast. I'm here to help you all, and I want to extremely warm welcome how to fight CPS and stop taking our children. Yes, that's right. We have an agency, a rogue agency, the child protection system that has gone really bad across the country. They hear an allegation and they immediately take the child that is in extreme danger. They want that child trafficking into foster care so they can earn money. They can earn money. That's the whole goal of it. So, um, uh, hi, Lori. Glad you could drop in. And you're always in here all the time, so it's nice. Hmm. One moment while I take this call. Sorry. Uh, I slipped in my wiring for my power pulled out and it got all tangled up in the wiring. But it got all back in, so I'm back here. So, Lori, I'm here. Faye, you're here. Oh, my goodness. Part two of my Father's Day, I get to spend it with special people, and Faye is from Richmond, Kentucky. And I'm so glad that you shown up. Have you heard anything from Danielle from Georgia yet? Okay, I'm back again. Uh, I just got my Father's Day gift, pizza and Coke for my youngest son. He came through. I didn't really talk to him all day, but he wished me a happy Father's Day. So thank goodness. And I saw my other son. He was in church today. So that was good. And so it was nice there too. I am very, very, very blessed. They have children. I have a family. I'm a father of 6 children that I love very dearly. 3 boys, 3 girls. And I've been married for 32 years. And uh, we are struggling as a family. I'm trying my best. Let me catch up with Faye. Um, Again, thank you for the happy Father's Day. Okay, good. As long as she's okay, that's good. You can't hear me. Well, I turned off my microphone for a minute or two because my son had come in and I didn't want to interrupt the show. Can you hear me now? Oh, that sounds good. I should be over there right now celebrating fathers. You know, while we're talking here about fathers, uh, there's a lot of single moms out there, and Faye's one of them. And she's been both a mother and a father to her child. And I'm sad to say a lot of fathers leave their children. And I don't know why, but, if you create something, there was once love between you two people when you created something. And you should take full responsibility. It's easy to cop out and not take care of a child, and hopefully the mother will struggle, or society will take care of your child and hope your child doesn't get in trouble. But social workers prey on single mothers, don't have a father. And it's sad because we have, you know, uh, we have lots of studies, and the studies have gone and said that the fathers are the best parents. The fathers and the mothers are the best parents for biological children. So, that being said, it's important for the fathers. And so, with all you out there listening, is that I really appreciate the single mothers out there. Also, all you fathers that may be listening, if you make a child with a woman, be responsible for it. It takes two to make children. It takes two. It's easy to just get the pleasure, but there's more important. There's a child that's been created. Yeah, CPS does encourage that, and that's sad to say. It's an easy way out, you know. Um, it's scary. I never really thought about that growing up and dating. And I always knew in the back of mind, I always said to myself, if the girl I was dating got pregnant, then I'd take care of that child. And if we didn't get married, I'd still take care of that child. I'd still be his father. I'd still go to the games and still go to the schools and stuff. Hello, Christina Marie. It's a Father Day special. We're here to, fight CPS and stop taking our children. And I'm talking with Faye right now. Where are you from, Christina? I should get my comments up there so that way when you guys call in, there's certain rules here with the comments here. So when you are typing in a comment, which I appreciate you doing, because I'm on YouTube and I'm on the SteamYard application. You found me on Facebook, Fighting CPS. Well, you should pertain your question to CPS, and please show your name, city, state, or country, and be complete with your CPS case so I can help you if you have a question. If you have a question. So that being said, I appreciate all the comments that we're getting. We have Faye from Richmond, Kentucky. We have Christina Marie, I think is from Connecticut. And I still don't know where this longtime visitor, Lori, is from. But she comes in here and types in the name William Mullins. And maybe that's the boy that she lost. This is a really sad thing that CPS is. They're very, very, very bad. Now, you can text in a comment, and I will try to answer it. I'm not a professional attorney, but I have lots of years. I have about 15 years fighting CPS, and yes, I did have a CPS case. And you're at the right place to get help. Yes, I'm sad to say they're more than corrupt. They're a rogue agency. And my co-host, Danielle, who's having some difficulties at the moment, isn't here. But she has a picture of my favorite ladies called the Pink Ladies. These are social workers that work in the CPS system. And in Arizona, it's called the Children's Protection Services. I think it's no, that's not it. Department of Children's Services, DCS. But anytime I say CPS, I'm talking about the CPS system, and it's the agency, the branch of social services that protects their children from neglect, abuse, and also supposed to do family reunification. So, that being said, there's these rogue ladies that were very proud to make T-shirts. They were pink in color, and on the front of the T-shirts, it said to them, "Professional kidnappers," and on the back, it said, "Do you know where your children are at?" That is gross. That's gross. So they were fired when they paraded around in public, and so was the director. But that was 25 years. Now, if you need a job, they have openings in Prescott, Arizona. It was 2022 when they did that. Yeah, Faye is a remarkable woman, and another reason too. She was in foster care 4 or 5 times growing up before she was 18. And then on top of that, on top of that, um, she's had her own children being hassled by CPS, and it's sad. It replicates the service. It replicates it. So, um, Christine, Connecticut, um, is there a question you have? I just want you to be ignored on that. So, hmm. Now, another way that you interact with this podcast is you can call me live on my office phone number. That's 626 698 0990. I'll answer it during this broadcast. In fact, my 12 shows, excuse me, I have 14 shows. I'm on 7 days a week, and I'm on morning and afternoon. I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning for 1 hour Pacific Standard Time, except for Sunday. I'm on at 8. So this morning I was on at 8. I'm on at night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for an hour. And so you can call me on my office phone number and I'll answer it. It's only on during the time I'm on the show. So you call in to 626 698 0990. Now, the other number you see in orange and red is the number of our law firm, Vincent W. Davis and Associates. And that's the one that produces this podcast, that offers this podcast for me to talk about CPS and how awful it is. So you can contact our best lawyer for dependency services is Vincent W. Davis. He's 888-888-6582. All you have to do is say, Bob Pace sent you, and then when you talk to Mr. Davis, say the same thing again. So there's my office number that you can call. Also, another way to be a guest on our podcast, another way to interact, and that is strictly to email my show producer, Grace, and she can be emailed at grace@vincentwdavis.com. That's Grace at vincentwdavis.com. And you just say, I want to be on Bob's Sunday morning show or his Thursday evening show or his Tuesday morning show. You tell her the morning, evening, and what day of the week. There's 14 of them to pick from, and you can be a guest on her show. So that's the third way. So you can text in comments, and I do say country. And the reason why I say take country, so far, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Ghana in South America, Mexico, Mozambique in Africa, and Denmark, and Libya on the west coast of Africa have all called in. In fact, he's a scouter leader, and he wants to talk on the show. So anyway, there's several ways you can interact. I'm going to leave the phone number on. Hold on one second, please. Okay. I'm sorry for the interruption. I just seem to have a Chinese fire drill going on around here. It's sometimes hard to have your space here. Now, Faye has said something here. She now has typed in the Arizona Chow News there and the T-shirts. And so there's the article on the Pink Ladies social work. And you just sent to my phone number. So that is great. That is great. So I want you all to click that and can see that, and that will help you on there. Now let me put the phone number up there. There we go. There's my phone number, and then here's the ticket down at the bottom if you want to have a consultation with Mr. Davis. That's the website. You go to Candely, CANDELY.com / and it's the law office of VWD. / Bob Pace. So there's the link there. And again, just the number's also there, 888-888-6582. So let's see who else has made a comment here. Yes, Faye, thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much about putting that article in there. That's just to tell all you, because Christina from Connecticut said they were so bad. And I understand that. I understand that immensely there. So my back's hurting a little bit, so I'm trying to, I don't know why it's hurting today, but I have to be careful the way I'm sitting. So wish my back didn't hurt so bad, but it is hard. So I'm open to all kinds of. Hold on, please. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry again. I know that's about the fourth interruption. I'm trying to. Okay, let me try to get this better here. Okay. Now, let me get my face adjusted here. So if there's any topics you guys like to talk about, I have my 3 rules. I have my case. Yes, I too have been hassled in a CPS. I had a CPS case. They're awful. The agency, besides the Pink Lady article, there was another social worker in Chicago, Illinois, that decided to replay an ad on a website that said black children for sale. Now that's gross. And that's an ad from 1848. Why she picked that, why she running it, I have no idea. But that's kind of the mentality of the people you're with. They think it's funny. They also take advantage of the Native American Indians, the first immigrants. Once we're born here, if we're born here in the United States, we're all Americans. And yes, we're all Native Americans. But the Native Indians is what I'm talking about. The Native American Indians, the first immigrants that came over through Alaska, the land bridge in Siberia, that settled in North America and moved south. Their children have been for over 100 years been taken away and never reunited back with their family. So in 1978, they passed an act called ICWA, the Indian Child Welfare Act. And that is to guarantee Indian children's safety. So if the CPS finds out that the child is either registered in one of the 547 federal recognized tribes or could be registered, then they are turned over to the Indian tribe so that Indian families can take care of the family and help them restore and get back into place there. So, the ICWA is something that will help you. So they can help you there. So that's the ICWA. Now, Faye further said, statistics show that Indian, Hispanic, and Black children are placed in child protection services more than any other race. Wow. That is something there. The Hispanic children, the Mexican children, and the Black children, they don't really have what the ICWA Child Welfare Act was. You see, in 1875, a lot of things were changing. The West was changing. Billy the Kid was at the rise. The Indians were sent to the reservations. Their hair is being cut off. They're told not to wear their clothing, and they're told to forget about their culture, the language, and everything. The children were put away to Indian schools. So I really feel bad about that. And I guess the 1978 was supposed to make a difference. So that's ICWA. Now, the other thing I want to say is that there are 3 rules to follow by. 3 rules. And the first rule is that you need to get an attorney. And I know that you need one. I didn't get one at first. I thought I could use the court-appointed attorney. But the court-appointed attorney was not the right attorney. They only have 30 minutes. They only have a few minutes on the thing. So if you try with your court-appointed attorney, you're going to be disappointed because they only see you the day of the hearing, and they won't fight for your case. They're not really a dependency lawyer. You need the right kind of attorney, and you don't want to sit there and use the court-appointed attorney. They're not the ones that will help you. So with that being said, is that you'd probably say, well, I don't have money for an attorney. And I know that's always a problem. And Faye further said, my court-appointed attorney always saw me 5 minutes before, and you fired her. Well, yeah, you're right. You're wasting time. But you need to find a real attorney. And I found a way of doing so. It's how you do your search on the internet. The internet is a wealth of information. It's a wealth of information. And you'll find everything there is to fight CPS. I wish I'd done so. But what you're going to do is I'm going to use example of Georgia. So find in Athens and Atlanta. The reason why I say Atlanta is you need a big city. If you're a small city, which Athens is, you need a big city next to it. So find in Athens and Atlanta, Georgia, a pro bono. Now, pro bono means for no charge attorney. Pro bono, family dependency attorney. That's how you want to phrase it. So find in Athens and Atlanta, Georgia, a pro bono dependency attorney. And hopefully you're going to see a bunch of names appear. And all you need to do is pick 10, and you're going to call all 10. Why you're calling them? One, to see if it's a working number and see if they're still in business. Two, you want to ask them, are they really pro bono? Three, you want to say, have they fought CPS? Are they fought in dependency court? Have they got your children back? Are there? So you want to find that. And then 4, you want to ask them, have they done a civil suit against CPS? That's the key to tell what kind of attorneys that law firm may be. That's the key. So with that being said, you want to call them, find them out, make notes and everything else. And then from that list of 10, you're going to take 4 of them, and you're going to have consultations with those 4 attorneys. Also, what I want you to do is I want you to add one attorney, a 5th one, which is going to be Mr. Vincent W. Davis. And the reason why I suggest him is that I know for a fact that he's a fighter. He has fought dependency. He has gotten kids back. And it should be really, really safe there. So you want to add him. And so you're going to do is you're going to call these 5 attorneys, and you're going to do a consultation. Now, Mr. Davis will do a consultation for 30 minutes for $60. And he'll talk to you, and he'll tell you how to navigate your case and navigate the CPS. He knows it all. So also about Mr. Davis is that he is a trial attorney. He has 35 years of fighting CPS. He will help you. By the way, Nadine, welcome. It's glad to see you back. And it's not easy to find pro bono attorneys. I know there isn't, but I can look them up and help you. Yes, I understand that. Well, I can look up in Minnesota. All I need to know is your city you're from and the next biggest city next to you. I think it's Minneapolis is your big city. I forgot what city in Minnesota you're from, but you will get a list of names. And it takes about 40 hours to call 10 names and talk to them and repeat call back. And it's going to take you some time, a couple hours interviewing them and seeing which one you want to go to. Yes, I am feeling better, but thank you very, very much. I'm enjoying Father's Day with you guys. I did so this morning. And right now we're talking about rule number 1 about getting an attorney. So it's a hard thing, but you will get one because your court-appointed attorney is going to be no good. That's for sure. And they're just a waste of time. I mean, the court systems are all messed up anyway. So with that being said, you can get one, and I gave you one right here. Vincent Davis, he'll talk to you for 30 minutes for $60. It'll be well worth it. So after you called, you got those 5, you've done the interviews, then you decide, which one you want to go with, what the chemistry is. You're looking for the chemistry between you and the attorney. Somebody you get along, someone that's a fighter. I also ask, if they can provide you references. It's important you talk to people that have used them. Now, Vincent Davis, I did hire, and he will get your kids back. He got 2 of my 3 kids back. He's still working with me on a lawsuit to sue the agency. There's a social worker that lied under oath, and we have a good case, but it takes money to sue. So anyway, that's a separate issue. You want to get over your case first. And it's sad that they've taken your children. And they are nothing more than just making money. That's what they want to do. They want to make that money. Well, you need a fighter. Just like if you're going to get surgery, open heart surgery, are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to have a neighbor do it? You're going to have a mechanic do it? You're going to have a plumber do it? No, you get a real doctor. Well, that's what I'm saying. You need a real attorney, a fighter, somebody that'll stand up against CPS. And so just like your heart surgery, you need a professional. And so that's what you need. And I don't know how much I can emphasize it. So let me see what else. Faye was talking about firing her attorney, also fired by court-appointed attorney that ended up having. Yeah, Faye, if you want to explain to you why your court-appointed attorney was so good, feel free to do so, Faye. If you want to call in, Faye, and talk to the group, you're welcome to call in too, Faye. My number is 626-698-0990. 626-0990. Okay. Nadine further says from Minnesota, I had to hire my attorney back because the judge recommended that I have an attorney. I did not want to have problems. I really just need to get my objections in and then hire the attorneys back. Well, here's the problem. I don't know what attorneys you're talking about, Nadine. You have to understand the judge is crooked. You can't trust that judge. We had a terrible judge in my case. My judge knew all about car damages and collisions, but he knew nothing about child neglect or abuse or how to reunify the family. So be very, very careful what the judge says. You can't believe social workers, you can't believe judges. I'm talking about a professional attorney, someone that is a dependency attorney that works in dependency law, family dependency law, that's not afraid to stand up to social workers and so forth. And it is hard. It is hard. So, Faye, if you want to discuss anything about attorneys, feel free to call in or text a message to Nadine. I want to help out Nadine from Arizona. And the rest of your room, if any of you have anything you want to say or talk about, I really appreciate if you would type me a question. You want to get a court-appointed attorney? The court-appointed attorney won't object to anything. You're right. You're right. And you don't want a private attorney. Well, if you're going to do pro se, that means you're going to fight it yourself. That's going to be hard. We have a fighter in here from New York, Rochester, New York, and she is an attorney. She went back to school and got a law degree. But fighting pro se is going to be hard with attorneys. Yeah, well, the court-appointed attorney is a waste of time. I really don't think that is the answer. Yeah, Faye had to take out 5 loans to take care of her attorney. There's no question about that. I had to sell my house to get my attorney, and that was sad. That was sad. That was sad. You know, 5 loans is ridiculous. And her partial win, one child back, but not both. That was sad. Yeah, I had 2 of my 3 children given back. The other one was convinced. The sad part about my case is I had a very corrupt social worker. This social worker was so bad that she told us parents, I'm going to get revenge because, see, we caught her saying a lie in court. Understand, she lied. And when she lied, she got busted and caught. And so she said, I'm going to retaliate and you're never going to see your daughter. So what she told her daughter was, is to divorce his parents, seal your birth certificate, change your name, and be adopted in foster care. And she did those things at 12 years of age. No child at that age knows how to do all those things, but she did it. She's 21 now. We've been trying to get back with her, but so far, no luck. She did leave her foster parents because they molested her. This is a sad thing about it. Foster parents think they have a license to molest children. They're pedophiles. I mean, it's wrong. I mean, adults and children do not belong sexually together. That's not right. A child is still growing up. They're not ready for sexual matters. That's really sad, and it's really, really, really bad. So, now Natalie says, I paid one of the private attorneys. He never called me back till the day before my case. I ended up firing him because he was talking to CPS behind my back, and I didn't trust him. Well, I'm glad you did. And first of all, you should have talked to me before the day before a court. You have to prepare yourself, and you need an attorney that's a fighter. And so I understand, Nadine, how you've been hurt by it from Minnesota. Yep. Faye had to go out of state to do it. So anyway, Vincent Davis is available. He'll go to any state. He works in Southern California. The only thing he asks is to get paid for the transportation to your state and transportation to around the city and accommodations, and then his regular rates that he has here in Southern California. But anyway, I'd like to move on to rule number 2. That is the paperwork of things. Now, we all have to do paperwork, and it's something that's ugly, and people suddenly have a tendency to not want to do the paperwork. And so it's best to get a notebook, like a 6-inch thick notebook, and stuff it full of college rule notebook. And then you want to get some subject dividers, and you want to divide it up where you have increments and where increments of different subject matters. Like one could be your incidents. You're going to have lots of incidents, so it's important that that you keep track of them. The way it is put your name, put the date, the time, the location, and the people involved. Was it children, police, social workers? That's all in the first line. The next line should be the description of the incident, what the incident was. Describe the incident. Then the next line is going to be, what was the outcome? And there you go. And then you skip a couple lines, repeat, and skip a couple lines, repeat. So that way you keep track of all the incidents. And so forth, do that notebook. And then what you want to do is you want to use other subject matters, other subject tabs. Another one could be info. And info could be list of websites and phone numbers and agencies and things that can help you. Now, another subject matter could be all your parenting class certificates, all your program certificates, your drug tests, your counseling, you're seeing a psychiatrist and so forth. All the information you need to have in there. You may have to hole punch it, stuff like that. Then you have your court papers. You need to hole punch those. So you can use that notebook, keep it organized, because it's going to be at least a year before your case is over. Right now they say 48 days, but I've yet to hear anybody done in 48 days. And so, with that being said, paperwork is so important. You use highlighters or use anything there. So, meanwhile, Faye says, yeah, it is costly. And indeed, you should spend send me a friend request on Facebook and we can talk on Messenger. That's so sweet, Faye. Thank you, Faye. Faye would love to help you, Nadine. And I know it's really hard to get that attorney. Now, going back to the paperwork, that's the next thing. You know, you should keep that organized and everything because you need it. Because if you get another attorney or a year from now, you won't remember everything. I didn't, and so you should get the paperwork. Now, my third rule is that you should say no to social workers. You should not talk to them. They'll use it against you. They are very corrupt, and you should say no to social workers. And the reason why you say no to social workers, what you talk will be used against you. When you talk to them, anything you say can be used against you. I'm real talkative, and that was really my downfall because I told them everything and they used it against me. So you can't trust them. I don't know how else to explain to them. They're just very corrupt. When you get into social services, you're like Alice in Wonderland, and it is tough to be like that Alice in Wonderland. So I tell you got to be careful. Now, also, you need not let them in your home. That was a big mistake on my part. You don't let them in your home because they'll see things that you may think are okay, but they won't. So you don't want to give me any ammunition. Plus, it's your constitutional right to not invite people into your home. It's your castle. Just don't answer the door. Don't talk to them if they come knocking at the door. The only way they can come into your home is they have a court order. They got to have something that says it's called a warrant. It has to be signed by a judge and bossed with a symbol, a seal, and then they can come in. But they got to have a court order on that. So it's very, very, very important that they don't come in your home. And that goes for police also. They use police to intimidate you, which is sad. You should not allow the police to intimidate you. You just ignore them. And so it's no, that's the door. There's a story I tell about a young man that on May 3rd opened his door and he was shot 5 times and killed right on the spot for opening a door. So I'm telling you right now, don't open the door. That man, was a military veteran of the United States Air Force. And the sheriff that came shot him point blank. And so it's really sad. That whole story is really sad. So the message is don't open the door to police, don't open the door to a social worker. If you happen to see him outside, be polite. Yes, no answers. And if it gets tricky, tell him I'm going to need to talk to my attorney before I talk to you any further. It's your constitutional right to be represented by an attorney through your case. So you have a right to talk to an attorney and not talk to them. So that's an easy way to get out of there. Now we have another person in the room. Welcome. And this person is Dara Giggy. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. I'm Giggy from Orem, Utah. Well, we have someone else from Utah. That's nice. I have a question with CPS attorney. He is manipulating and deceitful. Who can we make a complaint? Okay, it goes to the state. At the top of the state, you can make a complaint. Also, if it's a court appointed attorney, I wouldn't use them. They're going to mess you up. They're going to mess you up. They're not there to protect your rights. They have a caseload of 30 people. They're not dependency attorneys, lawyers, and they just want to get through the case quick as possible. They won't fight. They'll lie to you. So you go to the state, and you want to file the state with the civil rights person, or called the ombuds person, and you can make a complaint about a social worker. About attorney. It's the judicial branch. I'm sorry. It's the judicial branch. That's for judges. And it's also good for attorneys, too. So you can complain and make a complaint to them. But it's the state of Utah, if that helps you. Right now, we're talking about the third rule. And again, you don't live in your home. You don't live there, because even a father last week called in from Louisiana and said he's outside. And the social worker came up and says, "Can we see your wife?" And she says, "Well, she's not feeling well. She's laying down." They walked right past him, walked in the house, didn't ask for permission, and then proceeded to take the children. And that was all against the law. I mean, it's constitutional rights. So I'm telling you, don't let them in. Don't let them take your children. And says yes, no answers. Also, there's a medical trafficking going on. That's where you take a child that's sick, or you go to the hospital to have your baby. They're taking babies at birth, and they're taking your children. You bring them to the hospital. Don't let them do that. They can't do that. That's against the law. They have to have a warrant for anything that they do. So Okay, sorry for the interruption here. I was trying to answer the phone, but it wasn't working. So it was trying to call me in. Anyway, we have about 4 minutes left of the show. Does anyone have any other questions to ask of me? So we can talk about some other subjects or so matter. Faye, did you have any other questions you'd like to ask? That'd be great. Yeah, hi Faye. Can you hear me, Faye? I wonder why you can't hear me. Faye, can you hear me? Faye. Oh boy. All right. Okay. Let me try to get Faye back here again. Oh, I know why no calls. It's my Wi-Fi somehow was turned off. I don't know why, but it was there. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead with Faye here. Okay. There we go. I had a little bit of difficulty here. And Faye, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, stand by. I'm going to have to curtail our show here. I'm having trouble with my adjustment of my camera. Doesn't seem to want to be working very well here. But I want to thank Gigi for calling in, Faye for everything that you do there. I want to thank Nadine, and I want to thank Lori Miller in the very, very beginning. So, with that being said, God bless y'all. Again, happy. Oh, I can't forget Christy Marie. Thank her too, and Lori Hiller. So, with that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for my live podcast. God bless y'all. Keep fighting for your kids. This is Bob Pace signing off.